What's up, interwebs? I'm Tim Green. This is my writing channel where I write under the pen name Tim RG. You are listening to the Skyler Grant Podcast, where my buddy Adam Daley of ZOP Gaming channel
Hi.
is reading the first draft, unedited, of my only novel I've pants called Skyler Grant. I did this back in 2011, finished it in 2013. Yeah, it's horribly terrible first draft. And he's reading it. And then we discuss the chapter afterwards on what I was thinking, anything he wants to bring up, and have just a delightful conversation. If you have not listened to the rest of the chapters, you can go listen to those now. I'll have a link in the cards to that and down below if you want to go listen to that. Or, here's a challenge. Listen to this chapter, try to figure out what's going on and what's happened before, and then go back and listen to the other chapters and see if you're right. Either way, you can do it. But before we get to the reading, if you go on to enjoy this episode, why don't you go and give us a thumbs up as a prayer to the holy algorithm.
Holy algorithm.
And subscribe because I have writing content on this channel. With that being said, Adam, when you're ready.
All right. Skyler Grant. Written by Tim Green. Narrated by Adam Daley. Chapter 24. Woods outside facility. Poof! Light flooded Skyler's eyes. It was much brighter than what he was used to in the cell, and he was after going into complete darkness for only what seems a few seconds. The light made him slam his eyelids shut for a few moments. The light painfully bright. When he opened his eyes, he was surprised to see he was outside in woods with the sun shining through the branches of the trees. A slight breeze made it through and felt cool against his face. He stood there letting the breeze hit him when he realized Jenna was not holding him anymore. He looked to his left to see she was standing next to a tree. The sunlight hid her form stand out. Her tight black tank top held snug against her athletic body, her neck very slender as the light hit it. Something he never notices. Probably would not have if her hair was not pulled back into a ponytail. Skyler could tell something was different about her, but he was not sure what. The sword she used to break his chains was back in its sheath on her back. The only thing he could think of was how long was he captured. He thought only 2 weeks had gone by, which is not enough time for Jenna to make such a transformation. At least not the girl he left at the Inner Strength Dojo.
I see you got him out with no problems,
said a voice. Skyler whipped his head to his right to see Jin walking out from behind some trees. He never thought he would be so happy to see the man who tormented him for months during his training. He walked over to him and wrapped his arms around him. Jin was taken off guard by this, before he wrapped his arms around him. The two held each other for a few seconds before breaking.
It was easy, said Jenna, joining them. I found them dragging him back to his cell. I followed after carefully once I saw where he was. I placed your tracker where I was and got out of there. I guess he tried to escape because the man who was with them was not happy. He got as far as he did.
Wait, how did you get me out of there? Said Skyler, confused. 1 second, we're in my cell. The next, we are in complete darkness. Then the next, here. It makes no sense, unless I passed out from the drugs they had me in.
No,
said Jin, smiling.
Let's just say you are no longer the only one who has unlocked their abilities.
Skyler turned to look at Jenna. She could not believe he could not believe she unlocked her abilities so quickly. Jenna, who was only a few feet away, looked right at him. As he saw her, all of a sudden, she slowly started to become dimmer, and she was gone. He blinked quickly, only to feel a hand on his shoulder. Turned to see Jenna was behind him. Skyler was amazed that her ability was teleportation, which explained how she got him out so easily.
That
will come in handy, said Skyler with a smile.
Oh, so you want to help now? Said Jenna with a stern face. Maybe I don't want to help you now.
Don't even try to bluff me. If you didn't want to help, you wouldn't have come to get me.
True,
Show him what else you can do.
said Jin.
you really do not want me to have and surprises up my sleeve, do you?
Not with someone you will work with.
Good point.
Jenna lifted her hand up and instantly it was engulfed in a blue flame. Skyler stepped back out of surprise. He was not expecting that. The flame danced in the breeze that again was cutting through the woods. In a second, the flame went out, but a moment later, a bright blue spark appeared, followed by another one and another one. In seconds, her hand was engulfed with lightning striking off, hitting thing around her, mostly the ground.
I can manipulate the elements: fire, lightning, water, and earth. I can only do little with each, but in time, I should be able to do far more.
Amazing!
From what I hear, what you can do is far more amazing.
What are you talking about? You have seen what I can do.
Sure, your telekinesis abilities, but you had those guards talking about your energy attacks. You hospitalized 40-some guards, some in critical condition. And I looked up what you did at the police station. That kind of power is absolutely amazing. Combine that with what I can do, we should be a formidable team.
That's not it,
said Jin, chiming in.
My research before I opened up the Inner Strength Dojo suggested that if anyone with the gene active, they would be stronger the closer they were to someone who also had the gene active, but also be able to share their abilities if they had physical contact.
What? Said Jenna and Skyler together.
Yes, but we don't have time to figure that out, if that is possible. We know where they are now, and Skyler, Hillary is somewhere in that facility.
I know, but I didn't see or find anything when I tried to escape.
Tried to escape, or force the person behind this all to reveal himself?
You think way too much like me. Wait, Jenna, where's your dad? Silence came over them. Skyler knew something was wrong. Jenna turned her head and looked at the ground, while Jin looked at him before looking at Jenna to see if he should tell him what happened. A few minutes passed when Jin walked over to Skyler, put his hands on his shoulder.
It was only a few days after you left,
said Jin, looking Skyler in the eyes.
He's dead,
shouted Jenna. All right.
Yeah, this chapter could have easily and should have been in the chapter before it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I love how I have to point this out. Notices?
Yes, notices.
Notices.
Yeah. Instead of noticed.
Yes, I notice.
Notices. He notices this.
Notices is.
There's too many S's in that word.
Yes, there is. But okay, what did you think of this chapter so far?
Not bad. Not bad. Honestly, it was definitely a continuation of the previous chapter, and could have just been the end of the previous chapter.
Yep. The idea was clearly because I like the idea of the break of, okay, how are we getting out? The black, okay, what?
I mean,
happened?
unless you really expand
this
the
chapter,
previous chapter, and then this one,
and it should.
I'd tie it into something else.
It kind of gets tied into the next chapter. So this could be technically, if we tied this chapter in with the next two,
Yeah.
it could be its own chapter. but it's as its own standalone. Yeah, no. You'd have to do a lot of work on both sides to make this one work without adding too much to this to make it its own chapter.
Yeah.
But by the way, Adam, it's Jing or Jin?
Yeah, exactly.
Jing or Jin?
Once again, why are you changing people's names?
No, that's what I'm asking you. You told me. You kept saying Jing all this time, and now you're saying Jin. Make up your mind.
Did we introduce a new character in here? Because we just introduced Jin. We had Jing. Now we've got Jin, who has a dojo, and now we have a name for the dojo.
Yes, we do.
Is this a completely different character?
This is Jing's twin brother.
His twin brother. Jin and Jing.
I have no clue. I think at some point he decided I don't like Jing anymore, so I decided to go with Jin.
Okay.
Who knows why? Jin, the Middle Eastern man.
Yes.
With a Asian name.
Who may or may not have a Asian accent.
Yes. But
you take wherever that accent goes for the listeners.
Yeah.
You let it take you wherever you are. That dude actually turns out is from West Virginia. He's been living there for 30 years, and that's his accent.
Yeah, no.
No. Spent 30 years in the woods of West Virginia with just a taped collection of Dragon Ball Z. He's learned how to pronounce everything from watching Dragon Ball Z. Oh, and it's a mixed dub and sub at the exact same time. And Japanese.
Sure.
All three versions are happening at the exact same time.
That would be confusing.
It is. That's why he pronounces things so weird.
Yeah, sure. But what's something in this chapter that sticks out to you? Besides, notices.
The fact that Jenna doesn't say everything with a question mark anymore.
Well, that's because you stopped performing it that way.
That's because she's changed.
Yeah. Well, you didn't do it last chapter.
I didn't know she had changed until the very end.
Yes, he did.
No, I did not.
Yes, he did.
From a continuity standpoint, my character had no idea, as the narrator did not know yet.
And this is why the narrator should read it beforehand.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I noticed Jenna's sarcasm all of a sudden.
Oh, absolutely. She is so sarcastic now.
Like,
but she's also still an airhead.
Yeah, like, I thought you didn't want my help. Maybe I just will go home. Like, bullshit.
Oh, wait, no.
Oh. And also, Skyler's attitude towards Jenna training and having powers.
Yep.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, he's like, hey, you know what? That was a good idea.
Also,
I never noticed this about you before, Jenna. But the way the light is hitting you. And she's like, shut up, Skyler. Jing's over there being like, 2.5 weeks being captured, and you got that thirsty? Damn, son. He's like, what? This tree over here, too. Mm.
Wait a few chapters.
Oh, I know.
Wait a few chapters. But yeah, and then just Skyler's attitude. All of a sudden, like, that's gonna come in handy, and like, it's like, all of a sudden he's like, oh wait, he makes one mistake and instantly he's open to it for a team.
Yep.
Wow, he changes really quickly.
That man is his way of doing things is the way of water.
Oh, really?
He's like, you know what? This seems like a good path. I'm going to go over here now. Which is the easiest way to get through this. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You can't stop me.
It more or less seems like I'm going to do my way, and my way is alone. Oh, that didn't work. You have teleport powers? That will work. Okay, I'm on board now.
He's kind of the Wolverine of the situation. He's like, I'm a lone wolf, except for the fact that I work with a team.
Not just
But I'm a
one.
lone wolf. But not just one,
One
team.
team.
It's not
Five
just a lone team.
5 teams.
And I'm actually a teacher at this school.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a trainer for this group, and
Yeah.
and I lead these two groups. I actually put one of them together completely on my own, but I'm a lone wolf.
Yep. So, but yeah, those were the big things. But then I forgot at the end, even after reading this, that two people with inactive genes makes each other stronger
Oh yeah.
if they're having contact.
Oh yeah. That's just gonna open up so many weird things that can happen.
And share abilities.
Yeah.
That was like, I keep forgetting.
High fives are gonna be the oddest thing between people. They're like, the team we won. Yeah, high five. Boom. We just blew up half the city. Our powers can combine.
When our powers combine, things blow up.
I especially with high fives. We're not fist bumps. Depends.
No fist bumps. They're stronger. They will blow up the planet.
Fist bump. No.
And that's how the story ends, because
Yep.
they
Everything's done.
they just blew up the planet.
They got one win, fist bumped, and we were done.
The world
And then
blew up.
black happened. And then nothingness happened.
Yep, because they blew up the planet.
Yep. All life ceased to exist at that moment.
I don't know why.
Matter broke down.
Not just the world blew up, the universe.
Just
The electromagnetic bonds that hold matter together
Yep.
in molecules
boom,
together
all shattered.
came apart.
Yep. Blip. That was it. It was all over.
I don't know why I came up with that idea.
I don't know.
I don't know, but the only thing I can think of is this is where I left off. When there was a year gap between when I stopped writing this.
Oh, probably.
And I was trying to tie in with another series, where they had you could, I think, share powers if it's connected and everything like that. But I have no clue. That's the only thing I think my guess is there.
Yeah. Probably.
So I didn't know I was going to try to tie it at one point in this, and then I finished the series and I'm like, no, I like these characters as I'm going to just continue as it is and not link them. So, yeah. But that was an interesting thing. I do believe this does come back to help in the final battle with Dr. King. I'm pretty sure it does come back into play.
Okay.
So
By the way, I like my voice for him. He's cold. He's calculating.
Nothing can rattle him, though he's clearly surprised by something.
Well, yes, but that's not he does not. He's analytical. Yes, something may surprise him, but he doesn't need to
See,
lash out
no, I think
verbally or physically.
he should lash out. It's when he's putting on a face for like Skyler, like
Exactly.
But like he was really angry. He got that far. It should be like, "What the fuck, you moron? What the? How did the fucking 15-year-old get his fucking fall as he got you fucking?"
Yeah. Oh no, he's throwing chairs against walls.
You know who he is?
Who?
When he's not around like Skyler and people, he's putting a face on. He's Kylo Ren.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's that kind of like he's like a.
He's smashing.
But he's an adult. He's an adult.
He's punching walls.
It's like, ah!
He has a room of just drywall
Oh, no,
that he just punches holes in.
No. He has his own smash room,
Yeah.
destruction room, filled with this old stuff that they constantly have to reapply because when he goes in there, when he comes out, there's nothing left to smash.
No, everything's broken.
Everything. They have to constantly replace it.
Oh yeah. And then he always steps out, adjusts his tie, adjusts
Where were we?
his cuffs, puts his jacket back on, and then
Where were we?
let's continue.
Yeah. And and no one wants to give notice because they don't want to deal with the wrath of
Because the one other person who ever actually tried to screw him over
They know they're not dead, but nobody knows where they are.
Or if he is dead, it wasn't instant.
Well, no, they know because there's work coming from them, but they don't know where they are in the building.
I love how we just developed this entire
absolutely.
personality from one, and this was the last chapter, not even this chapter.
It took me a little while to put it together.
Okay. But yeah, is there anything you want to add about this chapter here?
Because
Because I think we've covered
no.
pretty much.
I mean, it's a pretty solid, scene, but that's all it seems to be. It doesn't seem to be much beyond just being a scene.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that Jen is able to teleport so easily.
Oh yeah. Well, the fact that all powers come instantly easy to these
Oh,
people,
yeah.
and not everything. You don't get your full power with this, but you apparently get enough power
To be able to do some
some
good stuff.
in the beginning. Oh, wait until we get to her powers, which we're about to do in the next two chapters. You're gonna wait until she gets the sword. You're just gonna flip a lid when she gets the sword.
I
Adam.
can't wait.
Yeah, you're
I
like,
cannot
what?
wait.
So, but okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this chapter. So, you made it here. So, why not comment down below what you're thinking of the story so far? Have you been following it all the way from episode 1 of the podcast? Or is this your first chapter? Let us know down in the comment section what you think of the story, predict where you're going, and what's going to happen to give Jenna her powers. Also, since you made this far, we're assuming you enjoyed this podcast. So, why not go and give it smash that like button with your mouse as a prayer to the holy algorithm.
Holy algorithm.
And subscribe because I got writing content on here that I think you might like, which will be on the screen now. One link to the rest of the episodes of the Skyler Grant Podcast and to a video that's best suited for you. Go check one of those out and we'll see which one you pick up. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.